An open letter to my assaulter. Freshman fall started like any good cliché coming-of-age college freshman rom-com. Freedom, friends, fun, food, and fucking, everyone's favorite F words. Everyone was best friends with everyone else. The whole group chat was constantly buzzing with notifications. Dining halls were packed to the brim with chattering students at all hours. It was everything our post-senioritis independence craving minds had ever dreamed of. Theme party after theme party every weekend, we spent hours getting ready in our slutty schoolgirl costumes for mathletes versus athletes, raiding thrift shops for oversized men's Hawaiian shirts for the luau's, piling on the glitter eyeshadow and meticulously curling every strand of our freshly washed hair, even though we knew it would be a matted, sweaty mess. After 4 cups of punch scooped from a communal trash can in the bathroom and induced our inhibitionless minds to think it would be fun to DFMO with a rando sophomore we had been grinding to top 40 songs with in the dark, humid common room of a frat house while our friends inconspicuously take embarrassing photos to send to the group chat the next morning. It was a dream. My classes were perfect. My room, with the walls covered in photo collages and trinkets from home, was perfect. My hall was perfect. Everything was absolutely perfect. It was the first time that I was really, truly happy, and God, I don't even know how long. And I knew that nothing could ruin what was going to be the best goddamn 4 years of my life. But we all know that dreams are ephemeral, and we all know that all too familiar moment when your alarm clock startles you awake at an ungodly hour of the morning, moments before the climax of the most realistically vivid dream you've ever had, and that feeling of disappointment floods your body as reality sets in. But you were like falling out of bed at 3 a.m. to the sound of screams and a fire alarm, and stumbling out of your door in your underwear just to watch your home and everyone and everything you love burn to the ground inside of it. We all hear the 1 in 5 statistic before we even get here, but you never assume that one will be you, and suddenly you become a victim, just another statistic, and you hear the stories, and you're almost surprised that the 1 in 5 is that low, and you're almost livid that there seems to be nothing being done about it, and you're almost comforted by the fucked up fact that you're so not alone. When I begged you to stop touching me so incessantly that no, please, and stop were the only words I could remember how to say, I tried to understand what you could possibly find sexy about my tear-stained face and why you felt so entitled to my body. When I finally gave up and stopped pushing you away and just lay there quietly sobbing for the first time in my life, I felt so helpless I couldn't move. When you followed me to the bathroom to make sure I didn't leave, for the first time in my life, I felt trapped. When you told me I was beautiful and that I was your girl, it was not the first time in my life that I was truly terrified by what was meant to be a compliment. And now when I lay in bed rocking back and forth whispering no over and over to myself, my biggest regret is that I didn't scream, I am not your fucking girl, to your face. You told me that you can't stop thinking about me, which is kind of ironic because now I can't stop thinking about you either. I stay up every night until 3 or 4 because I'm so terrified of the nightmares that I will have when I finally fall asleep about you. I scan every room for your face before I walk in, and now that I think about it, out of context, it kind of sounds like falling in love in some sort of fucked up way because every single time I see you, my heart stops beating and my breath is cut short. I spent so much time trying to forgive myself for what you did to me. I spent so much time feeling broken, and I know that I'm supposed to call myself a survivor and not a victim, but I've spent so much fucking time feeling like a victim because you took something from me that I can never get back, and it is so hard not to let that consume me and destroy me. We sit through countless sexual assault education seminars telling us that alcohol is the #1 drug used to facilitate rape and teaching girls precautions to take to avoid being assaulted. But what they don't tell you about that one night is that it's not just that one night at all. They don't tell you about the flashbacks, about the nights you'll spend on the grimy tile bathroom floors of your hall, sobbing into your own palms and feeling the feeling of his hands on your thighs. They don't tell you about that tightening feeling in your chest, like someone stole all the air from your lungs. that you'll get every time you walk past this frat house. They don't tell you that you'll jump ever so slightly at just an unannounced hand on the shoulder, because the feeling of skin on skin brings you back to his touch. They don't tell you that there will be days when you wake up and you feel like you can't get out of bed and get in the shower and get dressed and go about your day like a normal person, because you don't feel like a normal person anymore. They don't tell you that you won't be able to walk alone at night anymore, that you won't feel safe in your own home anymore, that he will be the first thing on your mind every morning when you wake up and the last thing every night before you go to sleep. That you will feel like a shell of the person you used to be, and even after the damage is done, he will continue to chip away at every part of your soul until you don't even feel like a whole person anymore, and all you so desperately want is to forget.